a bag man. When they let me out for lunch, I had to, like other kids would go and play in the yard, I had to start running because I had to get to the house, pick up the book, they called it, all the numbers. Then I had to run to the main booker to get all the numbers in. And still had to be eating to get back to school. And then the teacher would say, I'm going to call your mother up here for being late all the time. We all didn't come here the same way. So I got a certain age and I started figuring this thing out. I said, the only way I'm going to ever get away from all this labor that my mother got me in, I got to find a way to use my mind and give her a piece of the action. So all praise is due to Allah. I used to shine shoes in front of this clothing store. And I was shining this African-American brother's shoes. I mean, he was clean. And I was shining his shoes and I was talking to him. And I said, how'd you get the job in this store? And he said to me, he said, well, you know, he said, I used to shine shoes too. He said, and then I started going in there just volunteering to put stuff away and do things. And, you know, and over time, he finally started giving me some money. I'm listening to this, you know. So I said, all right, I know what I got to do. So then I started going, hanging around in there, picking up things and whatnot. So that was the beginning of me getting out of the labor thing and moving into something where I could use my mind. So I went from the storage area to the salesman and whatnot and making money and walking around. Got some clothes now, you know, because when I was under mom and all that poverty, man, I had holes in my shoes. Now I was able to wear, you know, different colored ties and suits, and you know, and I was beginning to get a different response from people. Because people respond when you look successful. You get a different response. So all praise is due to Allah. When I accepted my own in the nation, I had a brother that just stayed on me. He would, I thought you told me you coming to the temple, brother. Yeah, all right, next week. You know, because we had all been in the gang together, and he did a little time and came home, and he impressed me. He impressed me, but I just wasn't ready. I mean, he was shining, and he had his bow tie, and he got married, and even the baby was shining in the baby tie. I mean, the wife was shining, he was shining, the baby was shining. I said, well, maybe I ought to go check this out. Yeah, so I went there with him, you know, and they had that technology thing. You know, how many of you here for the first time? And then go to the next day. How many of you believe you heard was the truth? Oh, that brother, man. So when I got to the paper, brother, you know, he said, you know, you accepted your own now, brother, you know. How many papers you want? Papers? You like a paper boy? So he said, well, what could you do? I said, oh, man, you know, I took out my roll, and it's $20. I mean, this is like 64. I mean, you know, it's $20. So that was the beginning of accepting my own. And I was, you know, I went around and stole a hearing now and then, but I wasn't doing the whole thing. No, I had to get out there for a while and go to the point where now I need help. I mean, serious help. I mean, people seeing me coming and just locking doors. I said, you know what? I know that works because I've seen people go in looking like me and they come out like new money. I said, I'm not ready to go be locked up nowhere. I want to still be out here, but I'm ready to do this thing. And that was the beginning. And, but now let's talk about this freedom, justice, and equality, what I learned in this sojourn of life. Well, you know, I was drawn in by what I saw from a distance. Like I said, the shine, you know, the unity. You know, when I took a seminar at Disney World, they take you through Disney World and they teach you management. And they show you how Disney got started from the beginning in his garage, how to step by step, how he got started. And then they were teaching us management, and they said, everybody's tuned into WIIFM. What's in it for me? I said, yeah, that makes sense. Everybody's tuned into WIIFM. What's in it for me? So that's what drew me in. What was in it for me? I needed something that I saw. And I said, there's something in there for me. So I went in to get something for me. Now, I'm going to jump a little forward because we're wondering why, as the brother was saying earlier, people are not coming the way they should be coming. Because they got to look at it and see what's in it for me. But if they look at it and they can't identify anything in it that they want, why should they come?
That's right.
As the brother was saying, you know, we have a history, we have a connection. And we came into Al-Islam not to lose ourselves, but to find ourselves. And we cannot blindly go after someone else's culture and think we can find ourselves. You know, Imam was talking about his mother. Imam Wadafuddin Muhammad was talking about his mother. And he said that his mother came from a spiritual background in the church. And he said that she used to sing a lot of spiritual songs. And there was one song that she used to sing that caught his ear. Now, I tell people that when I want to connect with my mother, she was Christian, I go to church. Because when I go to that church, I feel the spirit of our ancestors. See, we have to understand that it's not the problem is the images in Christianity and what the white man gave them. But when they poured out their soul, that was from them. That wasn't from the white man. What you're hearing is their suffering. What you're hearing is they're pouring out for help. And it's in those spirituals. That's right. So when you hear them singing, God's not dead, He's still alive. God's not dead, He's still alive. I can feel it in my feet. I can feel it in my hands. Yeah! I feel it all over me. Yeah! And that's what kept them going. How can we deny that? And then when we sung the songs, there's a meeting over Jordan. And that meant we were getting ready to have a meeting to get out of there. And the white man would be sitting right there, smiling, thinking we're just singing a song. And we were planning on how to get out of there. We are powerful people. We came from slavery to the presidency with no arms. We are bad. But somebody has conditioned us to be blind to what we have.